Hi, I'm going to teach you how to test all this electronic component using the multimeter. So let's get started, but please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell icon to be notified for any uploaded video like this one. And for anyone who wants to accelerate learning, you can join me in my Patreon page, the link in the description. Let's begin with this motherboard first. Let's begin from this side. For example, here we have electrolytic capacitor. Okay, so this black mark here means ground. Also here we have electrolytic capacitor. So this color here means we have ground, and here we have positive terminal. Okay, so if we put the black probe here in the negative terminal and the red probe in the positive terminal, do you see in the multimeter? If I switch the probes, you will see charge and discharge. Do you see? Charge and discharge. The same, for example, for this one, as you can see. Let's see. Do you see, guys? Means this is a good capacitor. Charge and discharge. Okay? If you hear like this, means the capacitor is bad. Also, if you check the capacitor and there is no charge and discharge, means the capacitor is bad. But for this one, for example, here, this is good. Why? Even if we have a low reading in the multimeter, but this capacitor belongs to CPU circuit. Okay, belong to CPU circuit, and we know that the CPU circuit has a very low resistance. That's why we get this reading here. But for those, for example, here, for this one, for example, it's not belong to CPU circuit. Also this one, as you can see, we have a low reading. Let's now move on to ceramic capacitors. You see here, we have ceramic capacitors, the same working principle. We have a reading, as you can see. This is good. Okay, so those ceramic capacitors are good. Of course, for the ceramic capacitor, it's not polarized component like electrolytic capacitor. It's not polarized. Okay, but those always try or always respect the polarity. Do you see here, guys? We have here, over here we have plus, and over here we have minus. Here for this one, for example, we have plus, minus. This one is not connected, plus, minus. Okay, so for ceramic capacitor, the same working principle. What about the inductors? Here we have inductors everywhere in the motherboard. So for inductor or coil, you have to get a reading. Of course, you have to get a reading. Let's check this one. As you can see, 0. This one also, as you can see. Okay, so all inductors, you have to get 0 in the multimeter, because inductor is just a wire. So let's move on to other component. So here, for example, this component is a fuse. So do you see, guys? Here we have fuse. Always you will find this mark P. Please, before diving into the course, we'd like to give a huge thank you to the sponsor for this video, PCBWay. PCBWay offers many services ranging from PCB production and assembly to 3D printing and a variety of materials. CNC machining, sheet metals fabrication, injection molding, and more. PCBWay makes it easy to get custom parts for your project, and if you don't like to work a lot with a soldering iron, they can even assemble your PCBs for you. That's the PCBWay. Now back to the video. If I check this one, the same as inductor, we get, as you can see, 0 in the multimeter. Okay, let's see, for example, for these two resistors over here, those basically about 2 ohms. So let's move on here to ohm. Should be about 2.2. okay, 2.2 ohm. You see, about 6, 5. Just for the multimeter is not calibrated. Do you see this resistor? We have 103. Okay, so 3 means 3 zeros, means 10 kilo ohm. Okay, 10k. So let's check. We have to find 10k. As you can see, we have 10k, 9.8. So this is how to test resistors. We have a diode here. Here we have this white mark, means this is cathode, and over here we have anode. Okay, so let's move on to multimeter to continue with the option, or diode option, the same. So let's put the black probe into cathode like this and the red probe into anode. We get a reading about 200. Okay, so this is a good diode. Okay, let's move on here. We have here two diodes. This is the first diode, the second one. So the white mark means this is the cathode for this one, and also this is the cathode for this one. So let's check this one. Over here, the black probe in the cathode, okay, the red probe in the anode. Good, we get already good diode. This one also, here we have cathode. So already about 600, this is good diode. What about ICs? Many of you will wonder how to test IC. So basically to test IC, like this one for example, and this one, basically you have to get the datasheet for the IC, okay, the datasheet to test the IC. But we can use a technique to test or to know whether the IC is good or not. How? By testing the ceramic capacitors around the IC. If you find that many of these capacitors are shorted, like this, means the IC is bad. Could be about 90% could be the shorted component. Okay, because when the IC is shorted, you will find also the ceramic capacitors around it also will be shorted. So let's check, for example, this one. Let's begin with this ceramic capacitor. Good, we have a reading. This one, for example, good, 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 no short. So this IC is not shorted, is good. Of course, it could be failed, but it's not shorted. Of course, you can also use your finger and check the heat of the IC. If you find the heat is above normal, means the IC is bad. What about this component? This is basically transistors. These two are transistors, and always you're gonna find here we have the base, okay, collector, emitter. So for transistor, we have to get a reading. Let's check. 700. Good. This is good one. Okay. Let's check this one also. Also, this is good. Here we have another transistor. Let's check this transistor also. As I told you before, base, collector, emitter. Let's check between emitter and collector. We get a reading. Good means this is good. If I swap the probes, of course, let's check. Nothing, or we get a reading. Why? Because it is installed to the board. But if we remove this transistor to outside of the board, you're gonna find nothing when you swap the probes. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified, share and like the video. Remember, your likes motivate me to create more useful videos for you. And if you want to accelerate and level up your troubleshooting level, you can join me in my Patreon page, the link in the description, where you're gonna find many exclusive videos, content, schematics, and also where I can be your mentor and help you fix any motherboard issue you have.